Welcome, everyone. I hope you're all doing fantastically well today. I've got something here that could genuinely revolutionize your life. This isn't just another video, just another run-of-the-mill lesson. Today, we're diving into personality development, one of the most fundamentally important aspects of life. However, the sad reality is that nobody actually teaches us this stuff in school or college. Think about it for a second. We spend years and years absorbing math, history, and science, but when it comes to navigating the real world, things like how to be confident, how to influence other people, how to articulate our thoughts and feelings, how to cultivate a personality that commands respect, nobody bothers to teach us any of that. That's precisely why people shell out thousands upon thousands of dollars on personality development courses, self-help books, and training programs. Deep down, they recognize that without a strong, well-developed personality, achieving success becomes an uphill battle, verging on impossible. Personality development isn't merely about superficial things like looking attractive or possessing polished speaking skills. It's about the overall perception that people have of you, how they perceive you, how they listen to you, and how they ultimately respond to you. It's about the impact you create every single time you walk into a room, every time you engage in a conversation, every time you present yourself to the world. But here's the fantastic news. You don't need those overpriced courses. You don't need to spend a fortune. In today's world, we have the internet. If you have a genuine desire to improve yourself, every resource you could possibly need is readily available. Knowledge is free. Learning is accessible. Personal growth is limitless. And success is more attainable than ever before because literally everything is at your fingertips. Having said that, it's also simultaneously more challenging than ever. Why? Because people are constantly bombarded with distractions. Think back just 10 years. There were no smartphones glued to everyone's hands, no endless social media feeds to scroll through, no mind-numbing content specifically designed to keep people hooked. Nowadays, individuals spend countless hours watching pointless videos, mindlessly scrolling through Instagram, binge-watching Netflix, doing virtually anything except actively working on self-improvement. The biggest obstacle we face today isn't a lack of opportunity. It's a distinct lack of focus. If you can master your focus, utilize technology responsibly, and cultivate the appropriate skill set, you'll automatically be ahead of 99% of the population. That's precisely what we're going to accomplish in this video. I promise you that by the end of this lesson, you'll have a clear understanding of how to develop a powerful personality that commands respect, ensures that people listen to you, and makes others genuinely want to be in your company. And one more thing. This will not only enhance your personality, but also sharpen your English listening skills. So be sure to watch all the way through. And if you're truly committed to improving yourself every single day, subscribe to this channel. Let's embark on a journey of learning, growth, and exploration together. Now, let's jump right into the first and most crucial skill in personality development, communication skills. These are the key to influence, confidence, and ultimately success. Let's be perfectly clear here. Your ability to communicate effectively is the single most powerful skill you can ever develop. If you can communicate well, you'll naturally be more confident, you'll forge stronger relationships, and you'll leave a lasting, positive impression on the people you meet. However, here's the snag. Most people think they're good communicators, but in reality, they aren't. They consistently make the same common mistakes. They fail to maintain eye contact. They speak too rapidly or too slowly. They exhibit weak body language. They don't know how to actively listen, and they struggle to express themselves clearly. So, let's break it all down and figure out exactly how you can master this crucial skill. Eye contact, the silent language of confidence. Imagine you're speaking with two different people. One individual keeps glancing away, avoiding your gaze. The other maintains consistent eye contact, remains composed, and projects confidence. Who would you respect more? Obviously, the second person. Eye contact forms the very foundation of confidence. When you consistently avoid eye contact, you project an image of nervousness and untrustworthiness. People simply won't take you seriously. Conversely, when you maintain appropriate eye contact, You exude confidence and authority. People are more inclined to listen to you. So, how can you practice this? The next time you're talking to someone, consciously try to maintain eye contact for roughly 3 to 5 seconds at a time. Don't stare intensely and don't look down. Just maintain a relaxed gaze and nod slightly while you're listening. This simple habit will instantly make you appear more confident. The power of speaking with the right pace. Many people either speak too quickly, often due to nervousness, or they speak too slowly, which bores the listener. The secret lies in speaking in a controlled, calm, and authoritative manner. The next time you're speaking, strategically pause just before making an important point. Slightly decelerate your pace when you want people to deeply understand something. Conversely, slightly accelerate your pace when you want to generate excitement. This straightforward technique will make you sound far more engaging and persuasive. The art of listening. Instantly make people respect you. Most people tend to talk too much. They're constantly preoccupied with formulating their next response instead of genuinely listening to what the other person is saying. The best communicators listen far more than they talk. Why? Because when you truly listen to someone, they feel valued and understood. People respect you more, and they remember you as someone who genuinely understands them. The next time you're in a conversation, try this. Instead of focusing on what you're going to say next, dedicate your full attention to what the other person is saying. When they finish speaking, pause for a brief second before responding. Nod subtly while they're talking to show that you're actively engaged. These seemingly small habits build trust and respect almost instantly. Body language. Speak without uttering a word. Did you know that only 7% of communication is actually conveyed through words? The remaining 93% is communicated through body language and tone of voice. Even if you articulate the correct words, if your body language is weak or unconvincing, people won't respect you. So, how can you improve your body language? Stand like a leader. Imagine two people standing in front of you. One individual has a straight back, relaxed shoulders, and stands with unwavering confidence. The other slouches, avoids eye contact, and fidgets nervously. Who looks more powerful and commanding? Obviously the first one. Your posture sends a message long before you even open your mouth. From now on, consciously maintain a straight back, keep your shoulders relaxed, and hold your head high. Try this in front of a mirror. You'll instantly feel more powerful. Your hands can also make you appear more expressive and confident. The next time you're speaking, use natural hand gestures to emphasize your points. Keep your hands open and visible. Hiding them makes you look nervous. Avoid pointing too much, as it can come across as aggressive. Minor adjustments to your hand movements can make a huge difference in how people perceive you. Money management, the skill that decides your future. Most people spend their entire lives working tirelessly to earn money, but earning money isn't the real problem. The true challenge lies in keeping it, growing it, and utilizing it wisely. Think about this. Why do some people earn a substantial income but are always broke? Conversely, why do some people earn an average salary but steadily accumulate wealth over time? The answer is simple: money management. Regardless of how much you earn, if you don't know how to manage your money effectively, you'll perpetually be stressed about finances. The saddest part is that schools and colleges almost never teach us how to manage money. They instruct us on how to get a job, but not how to handle our salary responsibly. They teach us complex mathematical concepts, but not how to budget our expenses wisely. They teach us intricate business theories, but not how to avoid falling into debt traps. That's precisely why most people live paycheck to paycheck, drowning in loans and struggling financially, even well into their 40s and 50s. But here's the good news. It's never too late to seize control of your financial destiny. Let's break down some powerful, simple rules that can completely transform your financial life. The 50/30/20 rule, your guide to smart spending. One of the most common mistakes people make is spending without a well-defined plan. To ensure that your money is constantly working for you, adhere to this rule. 50% of your income should be allocated to essentials: rent, food, utilities, and basic necessities. 30% of your income should be allocated to wants: entertainment, shopping, hobbies, and non-essential items. 20% of your income should be allocated to savings and investments. This rule enables you to live comfortably while simultaneously building wealth over time. Unfortunately, most people do the exact opposite. They spend 70% on unnecessary things and only save whatever's left over, which often amounts to nothing. Consequently, they find themselves in a state of perpetual financial stress, relying on loans and credit cards. Don't fall into that trap. Prioritize paying yourself first. Set aside your savings before you even start spending. The power of investments. Make your money work for you. Wealthy individuals don't just save money. They actively grow it through investments. Simply saving money is insufficient because inflation is constantly eroding its value. If you save $10,000 today, its value will inevitably decrease in 10 years due to inflation. That's why you need to invest in assets that appreciate over time. Stocks, mutual funds, real estate, or even starting your own business. Even if you only invest a small amount each month, over time, it will multiply significantly. For example, if you consistently invest $500 every month in a good mutual fund with an average annual return of 12%, in 20 years, you'll have accumulated over $500,000. This illustrates how money works. The earlier you begin investing, the wealthier you'll become. Unfortunately, most people procrastinate. They tell themselves they'll start later when they have more money, which is a huge mistake. Start small, but start now. Eliminate debt. Escape the financial trap. Many people earn a good income, but are still struggling financially. Why? Because they're ensnared in loans and credit card debt. The most detrimental form of spending involves buying things you don't actually need with money you don't actually have. Do you really need the latest iPhone if your current one is perfectly functional? Do you really need expensive branded clothing to project a certain image? Do you really need to eat out every weekend? Wealthy individuals invest first and spend later. Poor individuals spend first and invest whatever's left, which is usually nothing. Make it a rule that if you can't afford to buy it twice, you can't afford it all. Survival skills, the knowledge that can save your life. You can possess all the money in the world, but if you lack the knowledge to survive in challenging situations, it's virtually useless. Most people today have absolutely no idea how to survive if something goes wrong. What if you find yourself in an emergency situation and require first aid? What if your car breaks down in the middle of nowhere? What if you get lost in an unfamiliar location? Survival skills aren't just for adventure enthusiasts. They're essential for everyone. Here are some basic survival skills that everyone should know. First aid, the difference between life and death. Imagine this scenario. Someone collapses unconscious near you. What would you do? Most people would panic because they lack the knowledge of what to do. However, if you possess basic first aid skills, you could potentially save a life. Learn CPR, cardiopulmonary resuscitation, which can restart a person's heartbeat. Learn how to stop bleeding using basic materials. Learn how to assist someone who is choking. These basic skills can save the lives of your loved ones, your friends, or even a complete stranger. Finding your way without GPS. Today, everyone relies heavily on Google Maps, but what if your phone dies? What if you're in an area with no cell service? Learn how to use landmarks to navigate, how to use the position of the sun to find directions, and how to read a basic map. Knowing how to find your way in an emergency can be a lifesaver. Etiquette, the skill that makes you respected everywhere you go. You can be rich, intelligent, and successful, but if you lack good manners, people simply won't respect you. Etiquette isn't about being phony or superficial. It's about showing respect for others, which in turn makes them respect you. The art of speaking respectfully. Have you ever noticed how some people command respect the moment they speak? It's not about using complicated vocabulary. It's about tone and politeness. Instead of saying, "Give me that," say, "Could you please pass that to me?" Instead of saying what? Say, "Sorry, I didn't catch that. Could you repeat it?" These small changes make you sound more professional, more respected, and more likable. Table manners, small habits that make a big impact. Whether you're having lunch with friends or attending a formal business dinner, how you eat matters. Don't talk with your mouth full. Don't make loud, chewing noises, and place your napkin on your lap. If you're at a buffet, only take what you can reasonably finish. These small habits make a significant difference in how people perceive you. Coding, the skill that can make you unstoppable in the 21st century. Coding isn't just for software engineers. Even if you're in a completely different profession, learning basic coding can give you a tremendous advantage. Think about it. The world is becoming increasingly digital every day. Every business is transitioning to an online presence. Artificial intelligence and automation are rapidly taking over many jobs. If you know how to code, you don't have to rely on others to build things. Even if you only learn basic coding, you can automate mundane tasks, build your own website, and create apps that solve real-world problems. It's like learning a new language that allows you to communicate directly with computers. Start with simple languages like Python, which is great for beginners, HTML and CSS for website building, and JavaScript for making websites interactive. You don't need to become an expert, but knowing the basics can put you far ahead of the curve. These skills aren't just for career advancement, they're for life. The more you learn, the more powerful you become. Marketing, the skill that controls everything in the world. What do Apple, Tesla, and Coca-Cola have in common? They all sell products for which people already have alternatives. There are countless phone brands, yet people overwhelmingly buy iPhones. There are many car manufacturers, but Tesla dominates the market. There are numerous soft drinks, but Coca-Cola remains the king. Why? Because of marketing. Marketing isn't simply about selling products. It's about understanding people's desires and emotions, making people believe they need something, and creating demand where none previously existed. You might be thinking, I'm not in business, so why should I care about marketing? But here's the truth. Everything in life involves marketing. In job interviews, you're marketing yourself. On social media, you're marketing your lifestyle. When making new friends, you're marketing your personality. When convincing someone of something, you're marketing your ideas. Marketing is essentially the ability to influence and persuade people. If you master marketing, you'll never struggle to find a job or clients. Opportunities will constantly be knocking at your door, and you'll be able to sell anything, products, ideas, or even yourself. Most people believe they make logical decisions, but the truth is that people primarily make decisions emotionally and then justify them logically. For example, why do people buy luxury cars? Not because they genuinely need them, but because they desire to project a certain status. Why do people buy expensive perfumes? Not because they need them, but because they want to feel more attractive. Why do people stand in long lines to purchase new iPhones? Not because their old phone is broken, but because they want to feel special. Marketing is about understanding these underlying emotions and leveraging them to create value. The 3 core elements of marketing that can transform your life. First, personal branding. The first thing people buy is not your product, it's you. If people trust you, they'll buy anything from you. Look at Elon Musk, Steve Jobs, and Jeff Bezos. Their companies became powerful largely because of their strong personal brands. Even if Apple were to launch a completely useless product, people would still buy it because they trust the brand. You need to create that same level of trust in whatever you do. If you're a job seeker, market yourself as the most qualified candidate. If you're a freelancer, market yourself as the best service provider. If you're an entrepreneur, market yourself as a problem solver. People don't buy products. They buy trust, confidence, and credibility. Second, the art of storytelling. The best marketers don't sell products. They sell stories. Nike doesn't sell shoes. It sells motivation and success. Apple doesn't sell phones. It sells innovation and status. Starbucks doesn't sell coffee. It sells an experience. A compelling story makes your product unforgettable. For example, if you're selling a book, don't just say, "This book teaches you how to invest." Instead, say, "This book helped a college dropout become a millionaire by the age of 30. See the difference? The second statement sparks curiosity and elicits an emotional response. If you learn to tell powerful stories, you can sell almost anything to anyone. Third, the power of social media marketing. Previously, you needed millions of dollars to effectively market something. Today, platforms like Instagram, YouTube, TikTok, LinkedIn, and Facebook are readily available and free to use. If you learn how to market yourself effectively on these platforms, you can build a brand without spending money, acquire clients without running expensive ads, and create opportunities without even needing a college degree. The problem is that most people use social media for entertainment instead of for personal and professional growth. They spend hours scrolling through feeds, watching others succeed, but never actively use it to build their own success. Be different. Use social media to market yourself, your skills, and your ideas. Marketing is undeniably the single most valuable skill that can transform your life. If you master it, you'll never be broke again. Time management, the skill that controls your entire life. Have you ever wondered why some people achieve massive success while others struggle despite having the same 24 hours in a day? It's not about intelligence, luck, or connections. It's about how they utilize their time. Time is the most precious resource in the world. Unlike money, once it's gone, you can never recover it. Most people waste time on trivial things and then complain that they don't have enough time to pursue their dream career, learn new skills, improve their health, or spend quality time with family. They say, "I don't have time," but in reality, they've simply never learned how to manage their time effectively. Every successful person is a master of time management. They don't let distractions control them, they don't let social media steal their focus, and they don't waste time on people or activities that don't contribute to their growth. If you don't control your time will inevitably control you. Take a close look at your daily routine. How much time do you spend scrolling on your phone? How much time do you waste overthinking instead of taking action? How much time do you spend doing things that don't improve your future prospects? Every second you waste is time you'll never get back. The simple formula for time management: prioritize what truly matters. Most people are busy, but not necessarily productive. They do a lot of things, but nothing particularly meaningful. The key to success is doing fewer things, but doing them exceptionally well. Ask yourself, is this task bringing me closer to my goals? Will this matter in 5 years? Am I doing this because it's genuinely important or simply because it's easy? If something doesn't help you grow, eliminate it. Learn to say no without feeling guilty. One of the biggest reasons people fail at time management is that they automatically say yes to everything. A friend asks you to waste hours gossiping? You say yes. A random event takes up your entire evening? You say yes. Social media notifications constantly distract you? You say yes. Successful people fiercely protect their time as if it were gold. Use the 80-20 rule. The 80-20 rule, also known as the Pareto principle, states that 80% of your results come from 20% of your efforts. 80% of your success comes from 20% of your tasks. 80% of your income comes from 20% of your clients. 80% of your happiness comes from 20% of your experiences. Therefore, instead of wasting time on unnecessary tasks, focus solely on the 20% that yields the most significant results. Once you master time management, your entire life will be transformed. Decision-making, the skill that determines your future. Every choice you make shapes your life. Think about it. Choosing the right career path can make you wealthy, while choosing the wrong one can lead to years of misery. Choosing the right partner can bring you immense happiness, while choosing the wrong one can bring you years of suffering. Choosing the right habits can pave the way for success, while choosing the wrong ones can destroy your future. Every successful person is a master at making informed decisions. The problem is that most people struggle with decision-making. They overthink everything, they seek too many opinions, they delay taking action, and ultimately, they often make no decision at all. How to make smart decisions without overthinking. Stop seeking too many opinions. The more people you ask, the more confused you'll become. Everyone has their own unique perspective, but only you truly know what's best for you. Ask yourself, what do I truly want? What are the long-term consequences of this choice? Will this help me grow, or will it hold me back? Use the October 10th, 10 rule. When facing a tough decision, ask yourself, how will I feel about this in 10 minutes? How will I feel about this in 10 months? How will I feel about this in 10 years? This helps you think long-term instead of making emotionally driven choices. Take action and learn from your mistakes. No decision is ever perfect. You will inevitably make mistakes, but the worst mistake is failing to make a decision altogether. Successful people make decisions quickly and then adjust as they go. Once you develop strong decision-making skills, you'll never feel lost or uncertain again. Self-discipline, the skill that separates winners from losers. Everyone has goals, but only a select few actually achieve them. Why? Because they lack self-discipline. Discipline is doing what needs to be done, even when you don't feel like doing it. You don't need motivation if you have discipline. You don't need inspiration if you have discipline. You don't need luck if you have discipline. Discipline is the bridge between your goals and your ultimate success. Master it, and nothing can stand in your way. We've just covered 10 powerful personality development skills that have the potential to completely transform your life. But remember, knowledge alone isn't enough. What truly matters is action. Start actively applying these skills today, step by step, and you'll witness incredible positive changes in your confidence, your overall success, and your mindset. Your personal growth is entirely in your hands. Keep learning, keep improving, and never stop striving to become the best version of yourself. If you found this information valuable, subscribe for more life-changing lessons. Let's learn, grow, and succeed together.